former World Series champ, Texas Rangers.
Thanks, MLB The Show.
Not bad, not bad. It's pretty sweet. My kids love this. You know, they play MLB The Show a lot. We still want to use Dad on the game, so, you know, this will be cool to put right there by the PlayStation for sure. So, thank you.
All right, so you had the second base shortstop combination. Corey Seager and Marcus Semien get their gear as part of the Diamond Club, and they are at the top of the list, along with Jacob deGrom, who missed most of last season. He's set to return. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Wyatt Langford is at an 84 for his offline rating, and Adolis Garcia is at 83. Corey Seager, one of 4 players with at least 30 homers, a WAR of at least 5 in each of the last 2 seasons. No moment is too big for Corey Seager. He's a big reason why the Rangers, I mean, by all accounts, they're probably the favorites going into this season, the American League West.
Absolutely. And if you think about Corey Seager living up to that contract, since being with the Texas Rangers, he's won a World Series, he's made 3 All-Star teams, and he's finished second in MVP voting. Obviously, he was dealing with a little bit of injuries last season, but heading into this year, when he's healthy, when he's on the field, there's not a more dynamic player. I will never forget the 2023 World Series home run. He performs in the postseason. 2 World Series MVPs, postseason, regular season. You just got to stay a little bit healthy.
And for you Diamond Dynasty players, I'm sure you had that Corey Seager 2023 World Series MVP card in your lineup for a good portion. Jacob deGrom, he has struggled with injuries. He is back. Yeah. And, I mean, I believe his first taste of spring training, he was sitting at like 98, 99.
Yeah.
It's remarkable what this guy does. And more importantly, it looks so effortless.
Yes.
But yet he has struggled with injury. But if he's right, I mean, that's a game changer for the Rangers, needless to say.
100% a game changer for the Rangers, especially because we look at that Rangers lineup, and I would put them at among the best or top 5 lineup in the American League this year. And with Jacob deGrom, now we're entering, the later stages of his career. He's looking at a Hall of Fame trajectory, potentially if he can give us 3-ish more seasons of consistent time on the field. But I'm hoping for a decent amount of starts. Again, he looks to be in mid-season form in spring training, but those type of injuries, they're difficult to come by.
No, I mean, look, he has struggled with injuries, and you know that the Rangers are going to be very careful with him. He leads the majors with an ERA of 2.07 since the start of 2018.
Yeah.
Rory, how did deGrom's injury history? He comes in at an 88 overall. There's some people that agree with that. Some think it's a little bit too high. Where are you in deGrom's rating?
It's tough with deGrom. It's really tough. I'll be honest, because there isn't much innings to actually work off. Even the last 3 years, the injuries just keep piling up. And I mentioned it about Byron Buxton. It's the same thing with deGrom, where baseball fans kind of just feel robbed. Like we're not able to watch arguably maybe one of the best pitchers of all time because just hasn't been able to be healthy. If I had to say off my head, what overall should deGrom be? 99. We obviously can't give him 99 because he just hasn't been able to pitch, but we are putting him, in a spot where if he's able to pitch this season, he will be successful and we can boost his overall with roster updates. But it's a tricky spot to be in with him. Not really sure where we can put him just because there's not much to really go off of other than 4 or 5 years ago.
Real quick, Rory, Dantastic in the chat thinks that Wyatt Langford is too low. What was your reasoning for his rating?
Too low, I guess. I don't know. I think his rating's pretty good. I'd say, he's going to start with 96 fielding. He crushed left-handed pitching this last year. 7 of his home runs came versus lefties, so he's going to have 80 power. And when he was in the outfield, he prevented 3 fielding runs with his arm, which he's got 90 arm accuracy. If there's anything to improve for him, it'll just be against right-handed pitching. Like we saw him hit lefties super well last year. Right-handers struggled a little bit. So if he brings that up this year, his overall will be trending upwards to that upper 80 range, maybe even into the 90s.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think 84, 85, 86 somewhere. I think, you know, that's fair for Wyatt Langford with a ton of upside for sure.